Today's plan is really simple. All we're going to do is go up to an area where we know there's a nice hard rock mine that I've found gold in before. And at that mine, we're going to collect buckets of potential discarded ore for crushing. You want to go gold prospecting? It's basically been a month since I've seen Gadsy. Gotta go pick him up. Gadsy? Chris? Now you said to snuggle a kiwi back in my anus. Oh! I picked the softest one.
Oh yes. It's...
To the bush, good sir?
Oh yeah. To the bush.
Buckets! Get your buckets! Come with me if you want to collect ore.
Get to the chopper!
Where is it?
It's over there.
Over there.
That way. Trust me. Ford home!
Which tree? That tree over there.
Yeah, the one made of wood.
Is that the tree?
No, these aren't made out of wood. These are made out of tree.
Oh.
Looking for a tree made out of wood.
You should have said it was the tree that had fallen down.
No. See how this tree's made out of wood?
So that's how you know it's the tree.
Oh, that kind of wood.
Yeah, it's made out of wood.
Sir Senior Sweatpants and I found this spot a little while ago and I pulled 2 gold specimens out of it with a metal detector, heavily detected the whole area. But while I was sitting in my tent in New Zealand, I was contemplating whether or not I crushed some of this and could get gold out of it, because technically this is gold ore that they've discarded. And by there, I mean the really old guys that came in and worked this. They were probably young at the time, but they're really old now. They're like 200 years. I'm not going to be overly pedantic about picking this up. It doesn't look like very good quartz. I'm going to get a couple buckets of it and just hope for the best, because I have found gold here before. I feel like the 2 peasants out of Monty Python's Holy Grail. We live in a democracy, he can't do that.
What? I told you, we're an anarcho-syndicalist commune. We take it in turns to act as a sort of executive officer for the week.
Hints of lavender. The whole reason that we're collecting buckets of potential ore here is because of this hole behind us. This is a hard rock mine that was put in way back in the 1800s, very productive for gold, and given that we found gold with a metal detector before, there's a chance that this stuff might be holding lots of fine gold in it, and if it is, it's very easy to access. We can come here with a crusher and clean up. But we won't know that until we get it home and crush. But before we do that, high banking.
You're like expending a lot of wishes right now, man.
Yeah, I know. So I once had some really bad housemates, and I got one of these, and I blew on it and wished that they would move out, and the next day they decided that they were going to move out.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, indeed.
Thram wishes. Evict people you don't want in your house. Only $19.95.
Oh yes, Gadsy. It's dry as a bone.
Well, the pump may no longer be dry as a bone, but just for your information, your bones are wet right now. High bankers like this one are really designed to process medium amounts of dirt. They're not designed for 2 people to shovel in them all day continuously. It's sort of the ideal for one person to be able to come to a little spot and get productive with ground that might otherwise be unproductive for panning. This ground here is giving us about 10 specks a pan. Couple of nice flakes and a lot of flour gold. So we're not expecting a huge take from this particular spot, but it's nice not to leave it in the ground. Always use a rubber, Gadsy. Oh, yeah. Always use a rubber. In the name of the prospector, the pick, the shovel, and the holy gold pan, I give you my high banker. It's time to tip some of this luck out. This pump has not been started in a long time, so... Let's go! A small yet important disaster. It's never a good thing to have loose legs, whether you're a human or a high banker. Or that. That is also not good. Let's be honest, would it be Gadsy and Vo-Gus on the creek without a disaster? I thought you were lucky.
There you go.
Thank you. Whole mining operation, one bolt. That's all it took to shut us down. This feels very much like Gold Rush. Oh my God, quick Gadsy, shut off the pump. My whole season, it's in jeopardy. I think that patch job's gonna hold. Go off! A treasure from a bogan past. This isn't any kind of train station rat relic. This is a proper old-timer relic. That's neat. I like finding porcelain on the creek. It means people were living and eating here. Well, I think it's definitely worth digging into the bedrock because we're getting the same kind of gold. For one shovel, that's alright. I know that doesn't look like a whole bunch of gold, and it's not. Realistically, you want to set your high banker up on super rich spots so you get a lot of gold. But the beauty of a high banker is I can put one of those shovels through that gives us those nice little flakes of gold every couple of seconds, and that's how high bankers end up giving you more gold. It's quantity, it's its processing power. I have to do the traditional stop and check because it's always nice to look in the box and see how you're progressing. The gold we're digging up on this creek is very fine, so it's highly unlikely we're going to spot any gold in the riffles at this point. But none of them are packed, and we've got a lot of ironstone in there, and that is a good indicator that we're where the heavies are. And unlike your bathroom scales, we like heavies here. Gadsy, you're in for a treat, bro. Absolute treat. If you would like to follow me over here, good sir, I've got the finest rock in all of the creek for you to sit on.
The service.
Yes. I'd pull it out, but it's attached to the earth.
This is nice.
We only serve coffee that has the word gold on it. Because we're fancy like that. Your coffee, sir.
Oh, thank you very much.
It's made from real gold.
Real gold?
Yep.
This is the best coffee. I'm going to give it 5 stars on Yelp.
Power of the Velociraptor! That's why you test pad. Vo-Gus Prospecting, the home of long threads. 1 nano dot. Because the miner's moss isn't backed, all the dirt and gold sinks lower and lower, and that's why we've got this astroturf under it. We've got nice gold here, and there's actually another little speck just up behind it. So that's good to see. Neither of us is expecting a bonanza. This is a fun day on a creek, but you'd never know. All of this is only from the miner's moss right at the very top, so there will be definitely way more flower gold scattered throughout the main mat. It looks like there's some gold in that ironstone. Look at that. That's looking good. Considering we've only been here for what, an hour? Hour and a half?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, we got gold. Actually, we got a nice little wiry bit there. That is more gold than I thought we were going to see from this spot. And again, that's only from that very, very first piece of miner's moss. That is almost enough gold to put petrol in my rock crusher to see if the rocks we collected earlier are raw. Let's go do that. I love hard rock mining. I find it much more rewarding than doing alluvial stream hunting for gold. And just like stream hunting, it just takes a lot of concerted effort. to find the right spot to collect your concentrates. There might not be a single speck of gold in this entire bucket of ore. But we collected that bucket of ore from right next to what was an active gold mine back in the 1800s, meaning that it gives us the best possible chance that there will be gold in it. The intake port of my crusher can only really do 1-inch rocks comfortably. And that means I have to get a 1-inch classifier at some point in the near future, so I don't have to manually pick this crap out. Because jams with that thing are really annoying. Not too long ago I asked for some suggestions on how I could suppress the dust better, and a lot of people suggested a very simple solution, which is a wet Hessian bag. So I've put that over the outlet that the oxygen comes out of so we can reduce the pressure in the barrel. And maybe that will catch some of our dust. Nonetheless, we are absolutely going to be wearing a dust mask. We had quite the jam. Alright. These pieces are so angular, they're locking together like Lego and blocking everything up. So I'm just going to really have to be quite harsh on the size that's going in. It'll reduce our sample size even further, but at least I'll be able to actually crush some of it. Well, the Hessian bag certainly caught like some of it. Look, normally I would do multiple passes on something like that to get it really fine, because the gold that's locked up in that rock is probably very, very fine. But after that nightmare, I'm not going to do my neighbours any more harm. There's the jam. Oh well. This first pan's going to tell us if there was gold in that rock. The question is how much. Normally I would pan it down, have a look to see if there is gold, but because we're only doing a rough crush, that's not the bucket, that's the bucket. Because we're only doing a rough crush, I'm going to pan all of this before we have a look. Traditionally speaking, buck white quartz, like we pulled out of that ore dump pile, is not good for gold. It can definitely have it in the right circumstances. It's just generally not what I would hunt for if I was looking for that quartz in situ in the ground. We're getting down to the skinny of it now. I haven't seen any gold. I can't really see much sulfide. You never know. You just literally never know with gold ore. I've been surprised many times in the past. Now just remember this. That is Gadsy and I working on and around a high banker for about 2.5 hours. For a day on the creek, spending good time with a mate. I love that. But it was a lot of work. Whatever is at the bottom of this pan took about 30 minutes to crush, about 5 minutes to pan, and about 15 minutes to collect. Less than an hour's work. And that statement might be really stupid if there's no gold at the bottom of this. We do have sulfides, that's all this silver stuff, that's good. Any gold? Looking for my first bit of gold, first bit of gold. We got gold! We got gold! Oh wow! Oh wow! No way! Not always, but generally speaking, the gold in hard rock ore is very fine. 200, 300, 400 mesh. And because of all the jams and only doing one pass, we still have a lot of rock in that ore crush that I just did that isn't broken down at all. Meaning there is going to be a lot more gold locked up in that rock when I run it through the ball mill later this month. That's buck white quartz, and I managed to get a heap of gold out of less than half a bucket.